Hey guys, welcome to my first shop system, okay? So basically when I stand on this part, my GUI is supposed to open up so I can use the shop, okay? I'm gonna be talking to Billy, okay? So when I go on this, oh my gosh, it works. It works what's happening? Why? Why is it not staying on my screen? Why is it so weird? Why is it doing this? Why does it not stay? That's so weird. Oh my gosh. Alright, so basically, okay, you guys are probably seeing this. So this is the problem with TouchEnded, okay? So we use TouchEnded here. Let me show you the script. Okay, I have my shop. This is my shop. I have Billy. My shop is the part on the floor. And then I have the script, okay? And the script is very simple. We have a touch, okay? We get the shop part, which is script.parent, okay? And then on touch, we connect it to the touch function, okay? It's a very simple thing. And then we go into our player, and then we enable the GUI, because inside of our game.players, we have player GUI, and then we have my GUI, okay? As you see here, my GUI, my GUI. Okay, that's what I called it. You guys can call your GUIs anything, but I called it my GUI. But basically, this would just open my GUI, and over here it just closes it, .touchEnded, and it makes it false. So the problem with .touchEnded is that it fires too early, okay? So basically, I'm just gonna tell you right now, just never use it, okay? Just completely scrap out TouchEnded because it's just so bad. Okay, and it's still working now because we're still on the test mode, but let's actually go on to edit mode, and and it deleted. Okay, now we deleted TouchEnded because, you know, TouchEnded is kind of bad, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and then over here we're gonna make a custom TouchEnded, okay, because Roblox's TouchEnded is just bad. Okay, so I'm gonna make a note here. I'm just gonna say better version of TouchEnded, and what I'm thinking of doing is to use something called magnitude, okay? And magnitude is just a built-in function, and we can use that as a way to indicate if we left the area based on how many studs away we are from the part, if that makes sense. Okay, so here, let me make it really quickly. We're gonna make a while wait loop. So we're gonna do while wait, and while wait is just gonna make this run constantly. Okay, so it says while wait, and let me just indent that a couple of times. So over here, this is where we're gonna make our custom TouchEnded. Okay, basically we're gonna connect it when we touch it. Okay, and when we touch it, this is when it's gonna create this. Okay, this while loop. And we should also get a debounce, okay, because touch will activate multiple times and we don't want it to activate multiple times. Okay, so we're gonna make a little debounce. Local debounce equals false, and then yeah, debounce basically makes it so it doesn't run multiple times. Don't run function multiple times. So that's just what it does. If you don't know what debounce is, it just makes it so it doesn't run multiple times. And so we're gonna actually connect it, so and debounce. That might be a bit confusing, but we're gonna make it so if debounce is true, then don't continue the script. That's why it says return end. And so return end means just don't continue the script. So all of this is gonna be discarded when debounce is true, and debounce is not true yet. Debounce is false, as you guys can see here, and now we're going to turn debounce to true right under it. So we're going to set debounce equals true. Okay, and so now it will make it so once we click on this once, it will never run again. Okay, and then we in order to make it run again, we got to do debounce equals false at the bottom. Okay, so debounce equals false at the bottom. All right, so right over here we're gonna make our custom TouchEnded, and I think the way we should do this is well, this is a bit confusing, because say if we have multiple players, then there's gonna be one while loop, and that just wouldn't work. So actually we're gonna make the while loop outside of our function, okay? And I just thought of this now. This is gonna make it so we're gonna make a table and we're gonna connect it into that table, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're just gonna make a simple table, and we're gonna call this table local touch detect end. We'll call detect end, and we'll do curly brackets. Okay, so detect end equals curly brackets, and this is gonna be our detection table. Okay, and then we're gonna just insert table.insert our character's humanoid root part. Okay, that's what we're gonna insert to just tell where our position is. Okay, this might be a bit confusing, but I just came up with this right now. So this is gonna insert it into our table to insert detect end because our table is empty, and then we're gonna insert our character's humanoid root part. Okay, because that's our value. Okay, so we're gonna insert our value into the table because this table can have like different things, you know. It can have anything in it. It has to be with quotation marks. Yeah, this is basically a table, but we want our table to be empty. Okay, so we have our detect end table. Now we're going to insert our isCharacter dot humanoid root part. Okay, and we're doing this because well, we just know that if it's a player, it's going to have a humanoid root part. Okay, humanoid root part is always going to be there because it's a player, unless if you make humanoid root part not valid. But humanoid root part is what is in our character. If you don't know what the character is, it's the model in the game. So when you spawn in the game, there's going to be a model, and then that model is going to have your name. You know, that's going to be your character. Okay, that's going to be your character. It will be your username. So my username is Gabriel405. So when you run the game, Gabriel405 is going to be placed in the workspace, and that's your character. Okay, and we have something inside of our character called humanoid root part, so we're going to insert that into the detect end table. Okay, now over here we're going to do table dot for each, and then we're going to do detect end. So this is going to make it like a loop. Okay, this is going to make it so it's going to constantly listen to when something's inserted into the table. Okay, so we inserted our character's humanoid root part because the GUI is open. Now we're gonna detect the radius, and the parameters that come with table.forEach is the index, which is the position of this in the table. So the first item, the second item, you know what I mean, every time you insert it into the table, because it's gonna be like the first item, the second item, the third, the fourth. It's gonna be inserting the humanoid root part in the table. That's what table.insert does. Okay, I hope that's not confusing for you guys. So that's the index. So the first index would be me, because I'm the only person that is gonna be inserted. And now we're gonna get the humanoid root part, okay, because we just inserted that as the character. Okay, so we have our humanoid root part. Now we're gonna check the position of the humanoid root part. So we're gonna say we're gonna get our current position of our of my shop. So we're gonna do local check distance. Okay, check distance. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna do what is it called? Check distance. My shop. We'll do my shop dot position minus humanoid root part dot position. Okay, and actually maybe we should do the opposite. I think this would be negative. Okay, so we're gonna flip this around. Sorry if that is that might not make sense to you guys, but I think this is gonna be a negative number, so now this is gonna be positive. Okay, so this is gonna check the distance from my shop dot position. Okay, and we're gonna put these in parentheses, and then we're gonna add dot magnitude. Okay, so this right here, I have to explain what this is. This is gonna check check distance. I mean, using magnitude, and magnitude, I mean, I guess it could say the studs and all that, the studs away, so it gets our humanoid root part's position minus the shop's position dot magnitude, and it's gonna be checking it constantly. And so we're gonna do if check distance is greater than or equal to studs. Okay, and we don't know what studs is, that's why it's gonna error. It's gonna say what is studs. Well, studs is just the way of telling us how far away it's gonna be. So we have our studs, we'll go studs. Okay, we made it into a function, and we'll say 5 studs. Okay, so we're gonna check the distance if it's greater than or equal to 5 studs. Okay, let's add another note. Check distance to see if it is greater than or equal to 5 studs. Actually, let's just make it greater than 5 studs, okay? Because that would make more sense. So if our distance is greater than 5 studs from the humanoid root parts position, which is our character's position, minus our shop's part position, because this is my shop. Right here it says my shop. This is the part for my shop, okay? And we're checking the studs from that. Okay, so if it's greater than 5 studs, then we are going to close it. We're going to close our thing. So we're going to do isPlayer.PlayerGUI. Okay, well, now we have to get the player again because we don't know what isPlayer is. isPlayer is only in this. Okay, so we're going to get isPlayer. So local isPlayer equals game.players, get player from character, and we're going to get humanoid root part dot pair. Okay, and so that's how we get our player again. Okay, and then we're going to make it false. Alright, so this is going to close our GUI after 5 studs, and this is in a while loop, so this is a custom touch ended. And so if we're 5 studs away, it's going to close our GUI. Okay, it's because it's saying player.playerGUI.myGUI.enabled equals false. Okay, and now let's run the game. Alright, so we're gonna go onto this, and there you go. Yeah, we didn't make it far enough because it's yeah, so you guys see, I think we should increase the studs. It's going loose here because we're standing 5 studs in, and we're standing in the touch ended area. Okay, so that might be, it might look glitchy, but when we move here it's gonna be on completely. Okay, so we're gonna fix that really quickly. We're gonna make this, actually debounce is kind of useless, so we can just remove debounce because debounce is not important in this. I thought we would need debounce, but we do not. Okay, so let's make this, let's check the size of this my shop. So my shop, what is the size? The size is 16 studs. Okay, you guys see here 16. So we're gonna put, instead of 5, we're gonna put 16 studs. Okay, maybe plus 2 more, so 18 studs. So if we're out of 18 studs, then it's gonna close our GUI, and that is gonna be out of the range of the dot touched. Okay, I hope that is not confusing. So we're out of the range by 18 studs, and studs is just a measurement. You know, if you don't know what the studs are, this right here is I think a stud. This one square right here is 1 stud. Okay, so right here it's on, there's no glitchiness, I can walk around. Okay, you see that the touch ended is not glitching out. This is a custom touch ended. We walk out and it closes. You guys see that? It's that easy. It's really simple to make a custom GUI opener without having issues with that. Okay, so that's a pretty much a custom way. It's kind of slow. That's because it's in a while loop. Maybe the studs here, if we stand here, it's not gonna close because it's 18 studs. Okay, yeah, okay, maybe 18 studs is too much. Let's try 14 studs. Okay, so 14 studs is the correct way. Okay, so probably 14 studs is the correct way. Let's run this. And that is it, guys. It's that simple. I think 14 studs is the perfect measurement. Maybe you gotta keep readjusting with that. But as you guys can see, that this is a custom touch-ended, and it works perfectly. It doesn't glitch out. It's just checking the magnitude, so it doesn't matter your height. Pretty much the only problem with magnitude is that it doesn't check your height. Actually, maybe it does. Nah, it doesn't. You can jump as much as you want. You can go as high as you... Actually, maybe it does check your height. Okay, so yeah, it must check your height as well. So magnitude is really good. I didn't even know magnitude checks your height. I thought it only checks distance from left to right and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you make a custom touch-ended, because touch-ended is not good. It is broken, and Roblox should definitely fix that. And yeah, it's very simple. You can do many things with this while wait. I wouldn't just preserve it for one touch-ended. I would put other things like other things you would put, like the round system. You know, take advantage of saving space in your game. Make this like maybe a ServerScript. You can make this a ServerScript and identify it from a ServerScript, so you save space. You know, main script. We're gonna put this in ServerScript service, and then we're gonna just make this workspace, wait for child, my shop, okay, because it's in ServerScript service. It's more efficient for your game, right? And you could, yeah, make this while loop. This is gonna check. If we made this 1 second, then that would mean 1 second reliance, and so it would take 1 second to open and 1 second to close our GUI. Actually, no, 1 second to close, because this is only for touch-ended. Okay, so that might be a bit weird, but yeah, I would keep it while wait, because you can do other things, like I said, round system, you know, I don't know, stuff you would want to keep in a loop. I would just combine this with many other things, right? Because this is just a looping type of scenario, and you could put many other ways of doing that. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you make a custom touch-ended, because the touch-ended is bad. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.